before the Gonzaga game. I was still thinking, this team is still, there's obviously a lot of talent. They're still good. They're still disciplined. They're doing a lot of the things well that will get them through at least one game. What I was starting to look at was, well, are they capable of doing two? Before the season, I absolutely thought they were capable of getting 2 games and getting to that second weekend. Matchup pending, of course. And after the Jefferson injury, I thought that they were playing so well, and he was such a big part of what they did that it was going to be a challenge, a really big uphill climb for them to then get a second game in the tournament. But what we saw on Tuesday, to me, kind of softened some of those concerns, because we got to see them do different things. They played a little bit differently than they did in that game against Gonzaga on the second. What they did in Vegas for the tournament, I really gave them a different wrinkle, gave them a different look that they didn't use a ton, but it was different enough and gave them a dynamic that they hadn't utilized nearly as much. Having someone who can play above the rim, having someone who can be kind of like that physical, not quite a brute, but like he can be that. Mason Forbes is that sort of guy that can play that style. And of course, now you get Harry Wessels back. Now you're going to have 2 of those guys who can kind of play that role as that kind of like outlet, or like that outlet valve, that steam valve for this squad. As because I kind of like the 4 who are going to be the key components to that, it's going to be really critical for those 2 to be those fillers as well. So as we're looking at where this team is going to be, where St. Mary's is going to be come the tournament, they'll probably be a 6 seed. They're anywhere. I've seen them as high as a 5. I've seen them as low as a 7. It feels like a 6-7 is probably right. CBS does have them as a 6. ESPN also moved them up to a 6 as of this week after the win. So that's probably about where they're going to end up.